dear students, let's discuss the question. In this question, we have to find out which is greater. Here we are given basically 10 parts, and for all this part, we have to find out which number is greater out of these two numbers. So here in the part A, we are considering part A, we are given the number which is 0.3 and 0.4. We know that 4 is greater than 3, and 0, if we compare this zeros are equal in both sides, and in the second term after decimal we have 3 and 0.3 and 0.4. We know that 4 is greater than 3, so we can say that 0.4 is greater than 0.4 is greater than 0.3. So this is the answer to the part first of this question. Let's move to the part 2. Part 2 is 0.07 or 0.02. Here look, 0.0 and 0.0 is equal in both. So they are, when we compare this, both are equal. Now after this zeros we have 7 and 2. We know that 7 is greater than 2. So from here we can say that 0.07 is greater than 0.002. So this is the answer to the part B. Now let's move to the part C. In the part C, we are having the value that is 3 or 0.8. Look here, 3 is greater than 0. We know that. So 3 is greater than 0. So we can say that 3 is greater than 0.8. So 3 is greater than 0.8. This is the answer to the part C of this question. Now let's move to the part D. In the part D, we are given the numbers which are 0.5 or 0.05. Look, comparing the term before decimal, it's 0 here and here is 0. Both are 0. But after the decimal, there is 5 and there is 0. We know that 5 is greater than 0. So from here, if 5 is greater than 0, so we can say that 0.5 is greater than 0.05. So this is the answer to the part D of the question. Basically, till now we have discussed 4 parts, and all these parts, in all this part, it is clearly visible that which number is greater or which number is lesser. Now let's move to the next part. E is 1.23 or 1.2. So look here, 1 is equal in both. Next, after decimal, it's 2 here, it's also 2 here. After 2, it's 3 here, but there is nothing. When there is nothing after the number, if the number is in decimal, so we always consider that 0 is there. So we know that 0 is less than 3. So from here, we can say that 1.23 is greater than 1.2. So this is the answer to the part E of this question. Now let's move to the next part. So part F is 0.099 or 0.19. So look here, 0 is there before decimal, so 0 and 0 is equal in both. Now next, here is 0 after decimal and here is 1 after decimal. We know that 1 is greater than 0. Now again, it is 9 here, it is 9 here, here it is 9, and when there is nothing after the decimal, so we all can add the 0 here. So from here, we know that this is 0 here after decimal and this is 1. We know that 1 is greater than 0. So from here, we can say that 0.190 is greater than 0.099. So this is the answer to the part F. So now we have part G, which is 1.5 or 1.50. Now here we are going to compare this. Look here, 1 is there before decimal, 1 is also there before decimal. So 1 and 1 is equal. Now after decimal, it's 5 here and also it is 5. So 5 and 5 both are equal. Now here is 0 and here is nothing. And if after a decimal there is nothing after the digit, we can always assume that there is 0 after that. So 0 is here, 0 is here. So from here we can say that 1.5 is equals to 1.50. So this is the answer to the part G of this. Now part H. Part H is 1.431 or 1.490. So again comparing the term, 1 is here, both equal. Then after point decimal, it's 4 and also there is 4. Now after the digit after decimal, it's 3 here, but here it is 9. We know that 9 is greater than 3. So from here we can say that the digit, that is 1.490 is greater than 1.431. So this is the answer to the part H of the question. Now let's move to the part I. 3.3 or 3.300. Look, 3 is here, 3 is here. Both are equal. Then after decimal, it's 3 here and it's also 3 here. Then both are equal. Now here there is nothing given and here we are given 2 zeros. And we know that there is no significant for the zeros after the decimal. So from here we can add so many number of zeros whatever we want or we can. So we can say that both the digits are equal. So from here we can say that 3.3 is equals to 3.300. So this is the answer to the part I of the question. Now let's move to the part J. Part J is 5.64 or 5.603. So here, look here. Here we are having 5 and it is also 5. Both are equal. Now after decimal we have 6. Here is also 6. Both are equal. Now after that we have 4. But here we have 3. We know that 4 is greater than 3. So from here we concluded that 5.64 is greater than 5.603. So this is the answer to the part J and the answer to given question. So students, in order to solve this problem, we use basic concept of decimals. I hope you understood the concept well. Thank you.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.